Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Demon's Crest, obviously. I actually decided to start doing some introductions, so let's test this out. Hi, I'm Vicious Phantom of Gamer Gods, and this is Demon's Crest Part 2. So in the last part, if you didn't see it, we got to this thing, whatever it is, and now we're gonna fight it. That's a full health power-up right there, but I didn't need it, because, as you can see, I have full health. So basically, you just kind of wait for this guy, and the jello stuff, it doesn't hurt you, but you can get sucked into it, and it's basically like a bottomless pit. If you hit the bottom, you will die. But the main strategy is to just attack his eyeballs, and when they're completely red, then you just shoot them. Or once more, anyways. Looks like they need Ben Stein. For dry red eyes. Try clear eyes. Wow. Yeah, they need to listen to Ben Stein. But this is actually one of the easier bosses of the game. I think it's easier than the final boss. In fact, a lot of bosses, some bosses I think are harder than the final boss. The final boss is not that hard. Ultimately, the game isn't really that hard. So many people say, oh my god, this game is so freaking hard. But I've never had very much trouble with it. But I don't know if anybody else has. Put it in the comments if you've ever had a huge amount of trouble in this game. If you haven't, well, good for you. If you have, well, I understand. The only time I've actually really had any trouble with this game was the first time I played it. Every other time, I've just been like, this is easy. Also, I don't know how I'm not getting hurt by these eyeballs. Every other time I play the game, I get hurt if they touch me. Yet, for some reason, I'm not getting hurt. Maybe it's just the way it looks on my screen. Like, maybe I dodged them when I was actually playing the game. I don't know. But once you've destroyed all the eyeballs, the actual eye itself comes out. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. If you're doing what I'm doing, playing on an emulator and using turbo, that's a very good thing to do, because when he gets close, you can fire off a lot of fireballs at once. Today has just been the weirdest day, since I have nothing else to talk about. But I'll probably talk about it in some other way. But now that the eyeball is dead, the jello becomes crusty, and we get the dun 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 dun. You got the piece of the fire crest called Buster. With it, you can break through stone. And now we're gonna go back into this area, because if you remember, there were blocks that I couldn't break. Now with Buster, we can. It's also a more powerful weapon than your regular flame. So once you collect Buster, equip it. Equip it fast, or Firebrand will kill you. Money. And nothing. But in here we have, I believe it's the potions guy. Yeah, the potions guy. He's freaking weird. But basically he'll obviously sell you potions, which will either grant you an extra life, refill your health. It'll do multiple things. So back here, I actually missed a power-up, I think. Yeah, I know I missed a power-up, I just can't remember what it was. Obviously we missed a few because we couldn't break some blocks, but I mean just in this dam area. Or not dam, well, what's the different word? I can't think of the other word. Reservoir. See that ordinary looking wall? You can walk through it and you'll find the hand talisman. Equip it and you'll be able to fire off magic much faster. So normally I'd only be able to fire off like one shot at once. Now I can fire 3, making things a lot easier. As if this game wasn't already easy enough. But it's time to go into this other area here. Once more. So here's another power-up, I believe. Yes, it's a Valum. It's a scroll, okay? Yeah, Vellum. And remember these fire things we couldn't kill? Now we can. Also, their fire death hurts you. So don't touch it. But I'm not sure if I stated this in a 100 in the first part, but this is going to be a 100% run. 100% run. I'll be getting every item, but on screen I'm only going to be showing the main areas of the game. I won't be getting everything on screen because it's going to take freaking forever. Like the headbutt games, I hate those and I'm terrible at them. So it's just, I won't be showing those. So once I show off every area that I remember, then I'll just be getting the rest of the items off screen, and then we'll be going on to the final boss. And I don't need to explain this area because it was already explained, but that area is just a shortcut, which I'm not going to take, because there's another item right here. I believe it's a health extension, but I can't remember. Let's find out once I break the blocks. Yep, health extension. The only real reason why you want to equip the flames in any area after this, or in any area anytime after you get the buster or breaker or whatever it's called, is because buster is this area where you'll have to light the torches, or you won't be able to see freaking anything. So yeah, the ghosts can now be killed with Buster, and the flames actually, after they've been off screen, will go out by themselves. They don't have to be eaten by the ghosts to go out. Once they're off screen, they're gone. And once you're up in that area, past these bats, you're good, and you don't even need to worry about the flames. Don't know why I came back to go get one, but you know, you don't really need to worry about the flames once you're up past that area. What am I even doing here? I can't remember. Oh wait, I remember. Now I remember. Full health power-up, which I only needed a normal health power-up because I had only 1 square of health lost. And the Earth Gargoyle's dash attack doesn't hurt enemies. So if you're looking for an attack that can hurt enemies, go with his regular fire attack, because his dash isn't going to hurt anything. Excuse me. So am I going to actually make it through this area without dying? And since we've already fought the boss, we don't have to fight him again. Hoorah. I just realized there's some audio desync here. But now that we've done that, let's overshoot our target and go right back into this area. I can't remember if I've been here already, but if not, this is an area that basically doesn't have a floor. Yeah, I mean look, it's mostly spikes and those things. Ow. Also, I love this game's soundtrack. One of the reasons I would recommend this game is A, it's on Super Nintendo, so how can you go wrong? Because it's 16-bit, I mean, God. And B, the soundtrack is amazing. It's one of the best soundtracks, here's another urn by the way, one of the best soundtracks, not only of Super Nintendo games that I've heard, but it's just one of my favorite game soundtracks in general. All the music is incredibly atmospheric, it fits the area nicely like it should. I mean, what's the point of listening to a soundtrack if you're in like a cave and you're hearing freaking Happy Happy Joy Joy? I mean, it's a cave, for crying out loud. And that's just money, I don't need it. Especially since I off-screen it in a sec. Or not in a sec, right now. Okay, so this area here, the wind is constantly blowing you to the right. Couldn't remember my directions for a second. And these knights can now be killed, whereas before they could not. Also, I hate those enemies, and I almost died from them. I've almost died from them multiple times. But you might see a little tornado there. Let's jump into it. Let's see, what do we run into here? Oh my god, a gargoyle. Or hippogriff. Now these are the gold-feathered hippogriff. This is the gold-feathered hippogriff, as I call him. I'm not sure if it's still just hippogriff. I just call him gold-feathered hippogriff. And he has a little bit more health, and his attacks do slightly more damage if you're actually unlucky enough to get hit by them, because if you get hit by them, you probably didn't watch his movements, because his attacks are telegraphed really badly. Or, he telegraphs them. It's just kind of like, if he's going to dash towards you, he telegraphs it. It's kind of like, hey, I'm going to dash towards you. And if he's going to shoot his freaking wing spikes, it's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to shoot my freaking wing spikes. So now that he's dead, we can, you know, break him open eventually. Break! A full health power up. I wonder why we didn't... Ooh, another area. And this area here is just a spiraling tower. Also, I love the use of these platforms, how they spin around through the background. This is a pretty good looking Super Nintendo game. And, fun fact, each one of the Gargoyles Quest games, yes, like I said, this is a Gargoyles Quest game. For whatever reason, Capcom decided to rebrand it. Firebrand it. Okay, terrible joke. Lols. But Capcom rebranded it Demon's Crest for whatever reason. It's still Gargoyles Quest 3. Because you can notice the similarities of Firebrand, the gameplay, pretty much everything. And this one actually makes you go up if you're hovering, similar to the area that we were in before that made you go to the right. And in here we have hippogriff statues that usually drop money. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? So here we have the crown talisman, which I never use. In fact, the hand talisman is pretty much the only one I ever use. That and the armor. So we're also introduced to a ton of new enemies. You get those things, the things on the walls, and those things right over there that are spinning. We're introduced to some enemies here. And I don't know what I'm doing because there's nothing I can grab onto here. I have to go back outside. I think I was just having an idiot moment. I finally realized, oh wait, I need to go out freaking side and go into this door. Because I'm an idiot when I record. Axe throwing guys. They remind me of, oh, what the hell are their names? From, they remind me of the pickaxe guys from Mega Man X. You know, the robots that threw pickaxes. And out of all the areas in the game, I'd say this one is the hardest. Yes, harder than the final area, just because ghosts materialize out of freaking nowhere. And the axe throwing guys. So, and the enemies outside that kind of chase after you, especially since you can't control going up or down outside, and you can't control going up or down inside either, because Firebrand doesn't have control of his jump yet, or flight. Technically, Firebrand never gets control of his flight. Also, I like the way that moon looks. It reminds me of the moon in Dracula X. But we're at the end of the part.